We're starting our new topic in our circles unit, and it is going to be the equations of circles. So what that is, it's going to be us writing the equations, figuring out what parts of the equations belong to the circle, and identifying those parts, and also graphing them. So in our notes, that's the way it's going to go. We're going to write the equation. We're going to identify properties of the equation, and then we're going to use the graph and graph. Okay. After this lesson and after these notes, you do have a Delta Math assignment, so make sure that you log in as soon as you're done with the notes and start on completing that. Check for understanding, okay? So let's start with the circle. Here I have a picture of the circle, and the center of the circle is going to be identified as the pair HK, as you can see on the picture right here. Okay, and my radius is just going to be represented by R in the equation, okay? And we know where the radius goes from the center to the edge of the circle, okay? And let's write the equation. So this is going to be the standard form, which is the one we're focusing on here in geometry. So this is the equation. So we're going to start with parentheses, x minus h, close parentheses, squared, that's the first part, plus parentheses, y minus k, parentheses, close it, squared, equals your radius squared. So there's lots of squareds here. There's 3 squareds in the equation, 1, 2, 3. And this equation is very specific, but it's very easy to use and follow because it only has 2 parts of the circle that we need to know, the center and the radius. Those are the most important things in our circle that are going to help us write that equation, the center and the radius. Okay, so that's all you need. And so let's get started on writing it. That's the first part. It says, write the equation given the following information. So I have a center at 4, -3. So this is the strategy I like to do. I like to label it HK because I know that's my center. And then my radius is 4. But in my equation, I'm plugging in a radius squared. See up here? Radius squared. And so I'm going to square 4. So 4 squared equals, what is it? Good, 16. All right, so now we have all the parts. Now we just plug it in like a recipe. So let's follow the equation. Start with parentheses, x. And then we have a minus. And then what is our h value? Our h value is 4 over here. So minus 4, close it, squared, plus, keep going, y minus, what is our k value? -3. So this is where you have to remember 2 negatives make a what? A positive. So this turns to +3. Close it, squared, equals. We already squared my radius, which is 16. And that's it. Okay, let's redo what we just did. I plugged in the h here. I plugged in the k here. That's where I have them in my formula. But the k made my negative in this part of the equation turn to a positive because it was a -3, and 2 negatives make a positive. Okay, let's do another one. HK up here. 2 squared is 2 times 2. 4. All right, so if it's a 0, this is where students get confused. Do we write x minus 0? That's not wrong, but that doesn't do anything, so I'm just not going to write it. So x squared plus y, that's ugly, y minus 4, right? That's my k value. Squared, don't forget the squared, equals your radius squared, which is 4. Okay. So I want you to pause the video and try to do C and then come back and check your work, okay? All right, so check your work. See if you wrote the equation correctly. That's C. Okay. Hopefully you got that. The -1 changed it to a +1. All right, now D is a little different because it says the center. It didn't give me a number. It didn't give me a set of values. It gave me the origin. Where is the origin on my grid? What coordinates is the origin at? If you remember, it's at 0, 0. And here's another vocabulary word, diameter. So we learned this word. The diameter is 10. So that means my radius is half of 10. So my radius is 5. So what is 5 squared? 25. Okay. And then now we can write the equation. So I leave it like this because it's at 0, 0. So there's no values to add or subtract in there. And then it's just equal to my radius squared, so which is 25. Okay, good. All right, now the next part of the video is you just looking at the equation and telling me what is the center and what is the radius. So I'm going to do the first one. What is the center here? This is H and this is K, but if it's a positive, that means your H is negative and your K is positive. And what is the square root of 36? Because remember, this is r squared. So r squared equals 36. And the way you undo a squared, how do you undo a squared? Square root. So what is the square root of 36? 6. So my radius is 6. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause the video and you are going to try to do B, C, and D. And then we're going to come back and check your work, okay? All right, here's B, -2, 0. Square root of 25 is 5, so your radius is 5. This one, 0, 0. Square root of 9, 3. So your radius is 3. 5, 2. Square root of 144 is 12. Okay. So that is us identifying radius and the center using the equation that was already given to us. So again, those vocabulary words, center and radius, are very important now that we are writing the equation. So the next part is the graph. So for here, you're identifying the center based on the graph. You're going to identify the radius, and then you're going to write the equation. Okay? So center right here. What coordinate is that at? 3, -4. All right, the radius, is from here to here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then write the equation using those properties of this circle. So follow the format. Let me bring it down over here. Here's my equation. So let's follow it like a recipe and write the equation. So this is my HK, the center. Radius, 3 squared is 9. So x minus 3 y plus 4, as it's a negative, squared equals 9. And that is it. Okay, you have a Delta Math assignment. Go ahead and log in and complete that. And let me know if you have any questions or if you are confused on any of these notes. Okay, have a good day.